Salutan miaj amicoj. Quel vi fartas? There's a horror movie that was released in the 60s, directed by the creator of the iconic show The Outer Limits, and it starred the legendary actor William Shatner. Sounds perfect, right? Well, what if it was filmed in a newly created language that nobody on the entire cast or crew could speak, and less than 0.0001% of the Earth's population could understand? And if that's not enough to pique your interest, then throw in one affair, one murder, and 2 suicides involving the main actors even before the film is released. I present to you Incubus. Arriving in 1966, Incubus is a black and white film directed by a man named Leslie Stevens, who created the TV show The Outer Limits, which is an anthology show that is often compared to The Twilight Zone.
You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Stevens cast William Shatner as Mark, the main character who is a former soldier and a modest man with a pure and godly heart. This was just a few months before Shatner took on his most famous role as Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek. Shatner says he read the script and accepted the role in Incubus, only to find out later that the entire movie was going to be in a language called Esperanto.
Leslie Stevens was the producer-director, and he wrote it in English and asked me to be in it. And I thought, yeah, you know, it's a good, wonderful, basic kind of good versus evil basic play. So I said yes. And shortly before filming, he said, we're going to do it in Esperanto. And I said, what? And he said, well, he explained Esperanto. And I said, well, why would you want to do that?
If you're not familiar with Esperanto, think of it as the spoken word version of the metric system. It was created in the late 1800s by a man named L.L. Zamenhof, who idealized a global second language that could unite all people around the world. But much like the metric system here in America, it never took hold. In fact, none of the actors in the movie were fluent, so they learned their lines phonetically. Stevens thought using Esperanto would give the film a strange, otherworldly feel. And you know what? It does. The plot of Incubus revolves around demonic seduction, corrupted purity, and the eternal battle between the forces of good and evil. Shatner's character Mark lives modestly with his equally pious sister Arndis on a strange island that is inhabited by succubi who lure men to their deaths just for kicks. When a succubus named Kaya grows tired of stomping scumbag men's faces into the surf and drowning them, she longs for a more challenging soul to seduce.
Fratin, mi desiras pli ol tio. Certi la deo de mallumo estas felicia pri la kaptado kaj bona animo.
And that leads her to target Mark. For additional help with their diabolical scheme, the succubi summon their master, the title character Incubus, and all hell breaks loose. Literally. To avoid any further spoilers, that's all I'll say about the plot. It's a gloomy and dark movie, but after the filming, the story turns even darker. Co-star Milos Milos, the man who played the demonic Incubus himself, was involved in an affair with the current and 5th wife of the legendary actor Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney stars in Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toymaker.
Merry Christmas!
Mickey eventually found out about the affair between his partner Carolyn Mitchell and Milos. After being confronted, Carolyn agreed to patch things up with Mickey and put an end to her affair. But Milos had other plans. On January 31st, 1966, when Mickey was away, Milos entered the Rooney's home, and with Mickey's own .38 caliber, he murdered Carolyn and then shot himself in the master bathroom. This was 9 months before Incubus was even released. Later, on October 14th of that same year, Ann Atmar, the young actress from the film who played Shatner's sister Arndis, died by suicide. This was just 12 days before the film premiered at the San Francisco International Film Festival. Tragedy struck one last time in 1968 when the daughter of another actress in the film, Eloise Hart, who played the lead demoness named Amiel, was kidnapped and murdered. Her killer was never found, but police believe she may have been murdered by members of the Manson family who would kill actress Sharon Tate a year later. In fact, Sharon Tate actually attended the Incubus premiere with her boyfriend at the time, director Roman Polanski. After the movie's official release, film critics tended to enjoy the film. True Esperanto speakers, on the other hand, slammed the movie, calling the spoken language pronunciation atrocious. The world eventually moved on, and the film negatives appeared to have vanished for decades. Incubus was considered to be a lost film. When I say it appeared to have vanished, it's because some people say that the movie wasn't so much missing as it was nobody was really looking for it. Either way, in the late 1990s, a print showed up in a French film archive. The Sci-Fi Network paid to have the movie restored, and Incubus was released on DVD in 2001. So, is Incubus actually a good movie? Personally, I loved it. and not in a so bad it's good kind of way. The movie is genuinely creepy as hell. It feels like a lost ritual, not a film. A dark prayer whispered in a language that very few understand, and knowing what happened after it was made only adds to the vibe. If you're interested in seeing it, the movie is public domain, so you can find it all over YouTube. But fair warning, this is not your typical horror flick. It's more like staring into a black mirror that talks back in a forgotten language out of the Necronomicon. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like cult movies or comic books or horror or sci-fi toys, music, crap like that, consider hitting the subscribe button. And leave a comment about this or anything else that's on your mind. We answer them all.